Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Card Quest, where we parlay everything we love about football and fantasy football with football cards. And in this video, guys, I'm going to share with you guys my top 3 buys on eBay this week, looking at this week's slate here in week 5. Plus, I've got 2 sell nows for you. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Andy. Let's dig in, guys. All right, so real quick, before we dig into this very first buy this week, I just want to share with you guys, if you want access to my entire list of Hype Index rankings, you want access to the Keep 'em web app, you want access to the Discord, the weekly articles, the Backstage Pass, and the monthly giveaway, go check it out over at www.patreon.com/footballcards. Okay, so what I want to do, and so I did not have time to record this video earlier today and edit it. So that's why I'm hopping on here with you guys and going live. So when I'm looking at the week 5 slate here, for example, you got the Colts at the Broncos tomorrow night. Yeah, you know, it's good to look at the Vegas over-unders. It's good to look at the point spreads, the implied team totals, and then go look at how these teams are doing based on the average in the league. Look at their DVOA. That definitely paints some context on kind of what the game script can do. But there's other factors that we've got to look at in terms of the hobby. We've got to understand how the FOMO, or fear of missing out, really drives a lot of demand. And that's a lot of focus on rookies, right? You also have a big focus on when I'm trying to predict the next breakout. So I'm looking at their age, the draft capital that was spent on them. Then I'm also looking at like how popular that team is. What's their current standings in the power rankings? What's the Vegas odds say about them actually making it to the playoffs and the Super Bowl? So I'm trying to kind of paint a picture of what's going to happen over the next several months. And so one of my favorite matchups this weekend here, guys, and because it does paint a really good picture when I kind of project out the rest of the season, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And sure, you could say there's some personal bias there because I am a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. But, guys, we finally are getting our offense going here. We've got Julio Jones back. We've got Chris Godwin back. Mike Evans is back from the suspension. You saw we were able to put up quite a few points against the Chiefs this past weekend. They're a pretty good defense as well. You could see this game currently has a 48-point over-under, so one of the higher totals on the slate. The Falcons have played pretty good, but they have run the ball a lot. And Cordell Patterson, their leading running back, is now injured. He goes on IR. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. They're coming to Tampa. Tampa's lost the last 2 games. We really need a win at this point. So I expect Tom Brady to really kind of open things up in this game, but I also expect him to get out to an early lead, establish that, and then lean more on the run game. And a lot of that run game is through the path of dump off. So when I'm looking at our running game, I'm more so looking at Rashad White than Leonard Fournette, because Rashad White is the clear number 2 option. He's also a rookie, and his role is growing. He posted season high in snaps of 41%, rushing attempts, route participation, and targets, 10% target share in week 4. So this rookie here, Rashad White, that we're talking about, who's also very good at Arizona State, has RB1 upside if something happens to Leonard Fournette, and we've already seen him get banged up a little bit with the hamstring. We saw him get banged up coming down the stretch last year, and Rashad White is trending towards standalone value on par with a guy like Tony Pollard. So then I go and look at like, okay, I'm painting this picture of what this backfield kind of looks like in Tampa and what we could potentially see this weekend. We saw Rashad White, if you actually watched the game last Sunday night, have quite a bit of juice in the tank compared to Fournette. Fournette's still a stud. He's still going to get the job done as long as he's healthy, but expect to see more and more Rashad White, as he has very good receiving skills. He's got very good burst, explosiveness, shiftiness. So when I start to paint a picture of Rashad White being like the Tony Pollard to our backfield, I get excited about that because I could look at the 2019 rookie ticket auto values of Tony Pollard going right now for about $50. And then I come over here and look at the premium targets for Rashad White. The first one is going to be whether it's the Donruss Elite, like this is a nice card right here, and this is in a buy it now format. We've got a serial number, we've got an RC shield. You got some nice red color match here. He is in his practice uniform. You're going to find a lot of his cards are in the practice uniform. This card right here, $12.50, is not a bad deal found in a buy it now. Also have a Prestige here. This is another nice little card set that's got the pro team logo at the bottom left, RC shield at the top right. You've got him in his college uniform, but it is an action pose here, $10. This card is numbered out of 99. That's another nice one. Plus, you have the $1 plain white envelope shipping. And then right now, I'm really looking at score for Rashad White's cards as well, because you have like this card numbered at 35 out of 35 autographed, and understanding that as a rookie, there's very limited supply for these guys. So this is one of the few, if not the best set besides this. And then we're also going to look at one more, and that's gold standard. $14.99. This card right here is purple rose or white rose gold, numbered out of 25. $14.99 in a buy it now situation with $1 shipping, and it's got the make an offer button lit up. So I'm like, yeah, dude, this is a fantastic buy right here for a rookie that has limited product, that I could see a tremendous spike if he's given, 10 to 15 carries plus another 5 to 10 targets. That could lead to a serious amount of opportunities for him to break off some very big plays against the Falcons team that has been pretty easy to run the ball against. So I look at that as a possible game script. I really like that game theory going down this weekend. So he's going to be my number one target this week. And of course, there's some personal collection value there for me, but still, I like the game theory there behind that one. The other one that I'm looking at here is the Seahawks at the Saints. And the reason why I'm looking at this one is because I think that there is still a tremendous amount of value to be had in Geno Smith's rookie card. I'm telling you guys, at first, I thought Geno Smith was going to be one of these 1 week wonder type of guys, like Mike White was last year, but Geno has become the real deal, and Pete Carroll has allowed him to open up the playbook and take advantage of the incredible weapons they have in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So, through the first 4 weeks, Seattle is actually playing at a solid pace of play, surprisingly, throwing the ball about on average with the league, playing on about an average pace with the league, when last year they were like almost dead last, right? Right now, they're throwing about 33.3 pass plays per game. Geno Smith ranks 10th in passing yards, 10th in passing touchdowns, 5th in yards per attempt, 1st in accuracy, 1st in true completion percentage, 1st in play action completion percentage, and 1st in clean pocket completion percentage. And whenever I looked at the matchup whenever I looked at the matchup here on Pro Football Focus, PFF, between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints, I'm thinking, okay, the Saints are 1-3. You're probably going to get Jameis Winston back in this game. Now, there could be down the road here some point this season a QB controversy or QB battle between Jameis and Andy Dalton, but you've got a below average grades for all of their defensive secondary except for Tyrann Mathieu. You've also got a very aggressive Saints offense that's probably going to be without Alvin Kamara once again. Now Mark Ingram looks like he's going to miss this week as well, which is surprising because they also let Latavius Murray go to the Broncos. So they're pretty thin at running back, and they're also desperate for a win. They're only 1-3. And so you've got this opponent coming to their house that has a weak secondary themselves. The Seattle Seahawks has left a lot of soft spots in their defense, and they just don't have the talent to keep up these teams. You can see what the Detroit Lions did to them last week without Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, or DeAndre Swift. So, I'm looking at a New Orleans offense here that is going to come out aggressive, and Chris Olave is fantastic. We've seen a big appreciation in his cards. So I expect the New Orleans offense to come out aggressive, try and control the pace of this game and get up to a lead. And Seattle's going to have to keep up with that. One of the things that Pete Carroll always says is trying to just play for the fourth quarter. He wants to be in the game of the fourth quarter. So I expect this to be a close game right now. I think Vegas has only got a 3-point spread on it. So I'm expecting this to be a close game. I'm also looking at Geno Smith as the top graded PFF has Geno Smith as the top graded quarterback in the entire NFL right now. And so I'm still looking at Geno Smith rookie ticket autos from 2013. Here's one right here for $49.99 in a buy it now situation, which is just incredibly undervalued. This one's still out here. But really, when I'm looking at 2013 product for Geno Smith, anything that's got an autograph on it, that's got an RC shield, that clearly has that appeal of his rookie card with his penmanship on it, is going to be liquid. There's not a ton of product from 2013. Yes, Topps was in the game, so Topps Chrome is going to be a popular card variation from this year. The Topps Chrome Refractor, X-Fractors, the Topps Chrome autograph cards. Yes, Prism is in the game, so Prism is very liquid from this year. This is the first year Select was made, so it is very liquid from this year as well. So you can see right there, there's the Topps Chrome Refractor, but there's not a lot of cards going into his listings on eBay. There's just not a lot. So things like that rookie ticket auto at 50 really jump out at me as a very good value card. And if he continues to play like this, because he didn't write people back, right? People wrote him off. He didn't write back. Geno continues to play like this because he's got a massive chip on his shoulder, and Pete Carroll's allowed him to open things up. This is another game where he can open things up. And DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, two of some of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He can take advantage of those weapons with how efficient he's been. He's a great buy right now that could win another game here and just kind of earn one more tick up, building up that head of steam in the hype index. All right. Let's pop over to one of my sells right now while I'm here, because I'm looking at Clyde Edwards-Hilaire again as getting the touchdowns as a running back against the Bucs. Once again, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire is like a top 10 RB right now, and we know he's not anything. He's not a great talent. Like, he continues to outproduce expectations given his utilization profile. We look at Isaiah Pacheco there chomping at his heels, man, and it seems like that's all they needed to do to kind of motivate Clyde Edwards-Hilaire to play a little bit better. And dude, I'm telling you, I've seen so many transactions, hundreds of Clyde Edwards-Hilaire transactions. Look at this 2020 Optic Downtown. I mean, there's just a ton of buy it now transactions, a ton of sold auction transactions where people are actually competing at this point for Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's cards. And if you got them, you could easily take advantage of this and sell them. So I actually saved a couple that I felt were here we go. I've saved a couple that I felt were very good examples of how it paints a picture of selling him right now. Gold Prism out of 10, somewhere over $400. Panini 1 RP8 out of 99, $100. His PSA 10 field level, I think that's a Cosmic there for $150. Just a ton of volume, ton of transactions. He is a sell now target for me. He's part of the Chiefs. Sell him as Isaiah Pacheco continues to pick up steam there. All right, going back to the slate, I want to talk about my third favorite buy of the week, and go back to the slate for a second, because I want to talk about a team that is ascending here in the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's just like any team that's playing the Texans, I do want to target those teams. The Texans is kind of limiting the way teams attack them through the air. They're encouraging people to just rip them up on the ground. They're one of the worst defenses this year against the run. I think they rank like 27th or 29th against the run. And I look at the utilization here of James Robinson of the Jaguars. They're now 2-2. They're now the new odds-on favorite from Vegas to win the AFC South. Their offensive line is playing well above average, providing excellent pass protection, decent run blocking. So when I pop over here and look at the current value of James Robinson's rookie ticket autos, I mean, we're talking about a very smash spot. They're coming off of a tough road loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, now coming back to their home stadium. They're going to come out and want to assert their dominance. This is a divisional matchup here for the AFC South. This is a big statement game for them, because they go to LA, they beat the Chargers, then they go to Philly, they lose to Philly, after they were up. You got to think of the confidence that they're coming away from that game with. They were up against the Philadelphia Eagles 14-0 in the first quarter. Philly just came back, rattled off 20 unanswered points, and then controlled the rest of the flow of that game. And that Philly team is just impressive head to toe. So the Jags are playing a very balanced run-pass approach, running 27.3 run plays per game, which ranks the 12th highest rate in the NFL. They're getting very good play from the offensive line. I do think that they control the flow of this game from their defense and from an offensive standpoint, getting off to an early lead. That means we're going to see more James Robinson. If you look at the utilization reports, James Robinson is getting about 65% snap share and weighted opportunity share when they're up. When they're down, that's more Travis Etienne. When they're getting into that long down and distance situation where it's a clear passing situation, that is a clear delineation there. That's when Travis Etienne comes out. That's when they're in the 2-minute drill, when they're in the hurry up offense. That's when Travis Etienne comes out. But he's still going to get a handful of carries. He's going to get a handful of targets, even when they're in a plus situation, because this is a perfect opportunity for the Jacksonville Jaguars to need to work on their run game, right? Teams know that they're going to need to establish the run deep into the season as they try and make that playoff push. They're going to need to establish the run, have a well-oiled run game, and this is a perfect opportunity in a plus game script environment at home for them to work on that run game. I'm currently looking at James Robinson. The prime target for him is rookie ticket auto. That's all he's got because he was an undrafted free agent from 2020. But still, because of that, there's a limited supply of his rookie cards, just like Austin Eckler, right? So he has more because he's a 2020 rookie, not a 2017, but the rookie ticket auto is still the prime target. You don't have to look anywhere else. It is the prime target. So I've got a couple hearted up right here because they're just great deals, right? You have the make offer button lit up. It's an optic. I love the optic finish on this better. Plus, you've got the entire autograph on the card. As you know, that auto is going to get a 10 there. This is just a great investment right there for a guy who's been playing very well, has already had like 4 or 5 breakaway runs. And then Travis Etienne is a little trickier to pin down the cards you want to target. Of course, I'm looking at, optic hollows for $5 would be a great entry price, like an entry card to get in at. Okay, here's one $549 or best offer with free shipping. That's like a great entry level. If you don't have a lot of money to spend, that's a nice little entry level card to get into. I love the season-long trajectory right now for the Jags. So there's that. That's the short print one. I see a lot of these available on eBay, and I think it's his posture in this card. He doesn't look so athletic in this picture, man. This is not a very flattering picture. Like, it's just not a very flattering picture, and I don't see these selling nearly as well as the primary photo variation of his optic hollow. So I'd stick with that. Ultimately, though, I am looking for rare cards, autograph cards. Really what you've got to do with ETN is you've got to stalk the auctions. The best, you're going to find your best deals stalking these in auction. This one's not bad, to be honest with you, because you see what the guy did here. That's a big seller, so you see they've got their listing identified there with the D343. This card currently at $69.99 for an optic on-card auto with that rated rookie logo. Very clean, very nice card here. But look what they forgot to identify. Serial numbered 079 out of 150. So take advantage of this. This is not a bad deal. See if you can come in here and make an offer. Counteract that $5.60 shipping and see what you can wheel and deal there, because that's a nice little listing. Also, here's a Thursday at 3:21 p.m. Optic rookie ticket auto for $12.50. These have currently been ending. If you look at the sold transactions, your max bid should be somewhere around 25. Dude, I missed this one earlier. Take care of the kids, and gotta have your dad hat on. That's important, guys. So I did miss out on this one because this was an absolute steal right here. Origins, on-card auto, rookie card shield, Travis Etienne, ended for $10.50. I was like, oh, man, are you kidding me? So That's what I'm saying. You find these in auction, something like that. Perfect example. There's a good example of another auction ended earlier today, man. $36 plus 5. So $40. So if you're patient, you don't have to go and spend $60 on that optic on-card auto. You can actually get these in auction for about $35 to $40. So let me go back here to my other sell that I think we should make right now. And it's really just it's a team trend as a whole. If you're holding Terry McLaurin, if you're holding Jahan Dotson, I think you should sell him. Honestly, I think that the stock of the Commanders could go down as pretty much as a whole, except for Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson has been seen practicing today. Steve and I talked about it last night. There's a good chance, because the Commanders play on Thursday Night Football next week, that he could get playing time, and he would be the focal point. He would be the focal story, coming back from a double gunshot wounds to his lower body. And that would be an impressive comeback story, man. And he would get a lot of limelight and some carries, and he could break off some big plays. So there's always that. They love him there. But Jahan Dotson's hype that has built up to this point in the season has been very touchdown dependent. If you actually look at the amount of targets he's gotten compared to the amount of touchdowns he's gotten, that's why you want to assume he's going to earn a larger role in the offense, but his target ceiling is clearly capped. They love Curtis Samuel. Curtis Samuel goes back with Ron Rivera to his Carolina Panthers days. So Curtis Samuel is going to be getting a healthy target share in short and intermediate sectors of the field. Terry McLaurin is the clear alpha there. He's got the big contract. He's been there for years. He is very good at separating against man coverage, getting open, and Carson Wentz is just not playing that great. The offensive line is not playing great in terms of pass protection. So he's first. Carson Wentz is first in the NFL amongst categories you don't want to be first in, like pressured throws, danger plays, interceptable passes, but he does rank 6th in passing touchdowns. And that's why it's such a good time to sell guys like Jahan Dotson while we're early in the season. Look at some of these solds that I found from Jahan Dotson that are a prime example, because he is a rookie. I think this is a great time. If you're ripping him out of packs, you're ripping him out of boxes, you can sell these for a nice profit right now. Also, if you bought them low before the season, you can still sell them right now for a nice profit. So there is definitely, take advantage of that liquidity, take advantage of what you can get in the marketplace for these rookies, especially on a team that is absolutely tanking. Don't expect them to have a strong finish to their season, guys. So not at all. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you Asher, I see you guys out there in the comments. Yep. But the problem is that James Robinson has been earning his play as the primary running back. Yeah, definitely. Tony Pollard is a hold right now. The Dallas defense is great. Cooper Rush is creating a little bit of a QB controversy right now in Dallas as well. Nyheim Hines tomorrow night. That is exciting. So the obvious attention is going to be drawn to the Eagles at the Cardinals here. This is going to be, I believe, your highest total on the point slate besides the Bengals-Ravens, but they're on Sunday night. So that's not on the main slate per se, but that is definitely going to be a primary game to watch, as well as the AFC division rival. And we're going to be talking about some more of these games as we go through the week. But I want to get on here, talk about those primary buy targets of mine, sell targets right now, Wednesday night. That's what I got for you guys right now. Just a quick little in and out. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you see it in the comments section below, or in the little description below, if you want to check out everything we have to offer there and get the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. The web app, the entire list of hype index rankings, the Discord, the backstage pass, the articles, the monthly giveaway, all that stuff, and a special place in my heart. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you're subscribed, stay tuned, like, comment, share, all that kind of good stuff. I'll see you in that next one. Peace.